we can be planning for the future and at the same time be very happy and be in the moment itself. You see, so it is not that we should never think about the past or the future like streng verboten. No, not something like that. It's more than the kind of thoughts about the past or about the future that are detrimental to peace and happiness are the ones in which we believe to be a separate entity, living in the past or going to live in the future. This is the only problem. It's not really the past or the future for practical planning, right? In other words, a truth lover can very well be a historian professionally and live most of their life in the past, right? And be very happy because they are not projecting themselves as a separate individual in the past.
Projection, yes. Okay,
right?
Yes.
Now, if the question is, when I relapse into the belief to be a separate person, and as a result, as a separate person, I can only exist in the past or in the future because I have no present existence. There is not enough room in the now for a separate person in addition to whatever is happening. Whatever is happening in the now, there is no room for a separate person. So the separate person exists only in relation to the past and to the future. When I become aware that I was again believing to be a separate awareness or limited awareness, at that moment I'm already free from this belief. So there is really nothing I have to do, nothing I have to undertake, because if, for instance, I realize, I was in ignorance, at that moment I have to know I'm no longer in ignorance. There is nothing to do. But if the thought comes to me, how can I make sure in the future that this doesn't happen again to me? Then I'm cooked. Because in this thought there is a me to whom it may happen again in the future, right? And I am forgetting at that moment that ignorance is a choice I make. Because there is no evidence that I am such a separate consciousness. So if there is a separate me to whom it may happen, it means I am already cooked. That's why when I realize that I was again in ignorance, the first thing to remember is this understanding that I'm trying to convey to you, that at that moment I'm no longer in ignorance. And as a result, the moment I'm not in ignorance, there is nothing that needs fixing, you see? That's very important. Because if when I am not in ignorance I try to fix it, it means I have fallen into ignorance again.